Where are the stacked boxes? Oh, they're there. I should have known by the group of people around them. Okay. I like how this research is very exploratory. This is my favorite part.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
Yeah.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
Yeah.
Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
Really?
To further complicate matters,
That's interesting.
every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via... As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets.
Heartbloom, huh?
But...
Have you learned aught of interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange, I must say.
That's pretty
This is
cool.
all very fascinating, but as it stands, we fail to gain...
Make them hold the flower, then you'll know.
While there
No,
is
I'm just
certainly
kidding.
enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane?
Yeah.
Look, there.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member?
Sure.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor... If you're not comfortable taking part, I...
Nay. I said myself...
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of
There you go.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Cryle? Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before...
Hmm.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Oh. You trying to reach Moonbreda? No. I can't believe I forgot. Yeah. You can still catch him, yeah. Hold on a moment, I have an idea. Look at that beautiful place. Setting is just beautiful. Memory serves as a colossal wall-like structure. Upper or lower tiers. Can I expect them to reveal issues of importance? Yeah, that's a good point. If only Grahatia. Yeah. Moving toads. Yeah, do I have to be a little toad too? Yeah, what do you do? Well, thanks for just giving me a heads up before transforming me. Alley toad. Oh, that looks like it's the range of where we can. There you go. Just off the road, yeah. This is so unique, I love
trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we have so much so that we have come bearing new tasks.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of... We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment.
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed.
Then I will do your bidding. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions.
A fair point.
There you go. I knew there would be a point about workers' exploitations.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my depth. While I do have my reservations about the forum,
Yeah.
I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart.
Welcome. You can't help but exploit
Which
the
is
working
why
class.
I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things.
Yeah, I
We can
thought
ill
there would
afford
be
to
that
place all our
theme.
eggs in one basket. This
Welcome.
master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Yeah, I thought that there would be that theme. You know, it's well done.
Wait! How did...
Yeah,
If
how'd
you
you
mean
know?
to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
All right, so you're an expert on toads. Where did this come from? What a funny bun. All right. Funny bunny. Oh, there we go. And now we're back to the crazy soundtrack. All right. I suppose you should have known a gleaner specialized in animal procurement. Yeah, I wouldn't be deceived. But, you know, he didn't interrupt it. He was fine. He didn't call you out. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Aaronville's an expert on everything. That's awesome. I definitely like the character. Definitely like Aaronville. What duty could warrant the direct involvement on the forum and the commitment to all of its resources? Judging what we heard, none of the gleaners offered any kind of explanation. Yeah, let's head back to the store. Let them know. Let them know what we found. Meanwhile, I will run a quick raffle. You're welcome to do !join to join the raffle. I appreciate you stopping by. Alright. Well, I just love this location. It's so nice. And look at that middle part. Oh, it looks like it goes even deeper. That's crazy. The toad's pulling on that behemoth. Oh, lost little troll. Okay, so that's an aetheryte. One. I think we attuned to this one, didn't we? Yep. So we attuned correctly to that one. Now we're just searching for Kryl. Where did Kryl go? I have no idea. Somewhere along here. Probably at the highest point. Or she might be on the other side, actually. Psyche. Are you for an aether current? Okay, good. I'll have to come back and do you later. I'm going to off stream pick up some of the aether currents, so if it helps travel, go a little bit quicker. Well, meanwhile, I'm just trying to find Kryl. Kryl. New side of Kryl, okay. Maybe by this building. Maybe in this building, that's where Kryl is. Nope. Okay, not around back. There's an aether current. If I see it, I have to run over to it. Otherwise, I'll forget. There you go. And the aether current. There you go. Welcome. Alright. Let's see how we're doing. I should have checked in these buildings, to be honest. Looks like someone left it, yeah. The Psyche. No Kryl to be seen. Wow, look at that. What is this? Look at that. That is crazy. I bet we're gonna do some fighting in there. Probably gonna be some like research subject animals that we have to fight. There she is. I should just gone up the hill like I first thought. I don't even know why I questioned it. Doing okay, Carl? What does that do?
For you. The spell will keep it from Will. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She? You mean the flower said that I would need it?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course.
Oh, Heidelin. Whoa.
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Yeah.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment.
Hey, that's alright.
It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy, surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine till the end, blinding and radiant.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts.
Yeah,
that
the unusual
unusual
flower. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
That's sweet. Yeah, she can't be
You can't
in
be
the physical
serious.
world
We've
that
done nothing
often.
wrong.
What are you talking about, Alizé? Hey, I want to say welcome to everyone who's with us in the chat. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, what is it?
Master
Spying
Fortuno?
as toads?
What
This is it.
business has the obstruction and suppression apparent?
Mistress Baldessian, Our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of a group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos.
Clandestine.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why It is not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah,
but the timing of such pursuits must be considered. Not to mention their potential. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to it?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results have said it. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Thank you.
Graha!
Or Graha, too.
Why?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an
Okay.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolity. But enough. This is not the place for debate.
Oh, is that where the proceedings are? Okay. Wow.
Forgive me. I was careless.
Oh no.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together.
Your voice is echoing Estrella in the hall.
I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Yep. Good job,
Forum will come
Graha.
to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
Okay.
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals, dissatisfied with our decision, have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
The good name of the students? What are you talking about?
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Yeah, you go, Ishkola. You go.
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process. To better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene.
Yeah, you tell him drop it to you.
But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important...
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes, we are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will... Come what may, we shall live on.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight
Until
until the
the
heavens
wow.
fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
That's a good point. I can't remember.
Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of mine.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaching. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Dude, I like this guy, Monteshane. Shane. What a reasonable fellow.
Order. We will have order.
It's like the House of Parliament, isn't
Master
it?
Monteshane raises some valid points.
You don't know what validity is.
Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Is everyone raising their hand?
I count 51 for and 48 against. The Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide. Honored members, I thank you for your time.
That was a close decision, though. That was a close decision. Endless investigation has not been in vain, that's true. Our freedom is sorely curtailed, however. Started learning, yeah. It was kind of intense. Overall picture has grown clearer. Yeah. It's you. Who's that? Oh. Have you been dragged before the Forum? Hey, it's Mama. Only on save. Hey, lovely to meet you too. Gifts. Alright, let's pick up some gifts. I like it. Yeah, let's regroup. Yeah, let's regroup, of course. Champion of yours? Yeah, hey. My mouth's open while I nod. There you go. Here's mementos, yeah. Beautiful view. Yeah. Magic on actual person, that's funny. Oh, you guys are sweet. Alright.
Welcome home, my lady.
Oh my goodness.
What? What are you gawping at?
Yeah, it's a pretty wonderful. I like the house.
Oh, God, please don't.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which... "'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might...
Wow.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please,
yeah, that is a good outfit.
Something different made for Alpha now.
Naturally. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, see for your...
Let's see what he's got. Oh, it's the same thing. I don't know, I can't tell the difference.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother.
I am so glad you like.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
If you would allow me, Master.
Oh, they got some new gear. Maybe a new trinket or something. What is that? What are those? Is it to be a sage now?
Wait. A sage's tools of the trade.
Oh, your father was a sage. Alright.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days. As a student, he wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm, in no... Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur.
Hey, you're a sage now, Ari. You're a sage now, Ari.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and may the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come.
We will, Mother.
That's adorable.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man. I may not know the forum's inner workings. Secondly, do not seek to best your father. Far better that you simply show him. Let him
Alright, so make him proud by your deeds, not by what you intend to do.
Oh, Mother.
we shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep
close. Yeah, state visitor. That's nice. That's sweet. Thank you for indulging Mother's request to save Endwalker. No sentimentality. Yeah, let's rejoin the companions. Why not? Go to your annex. See what's up next. Dun, 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 dun. At least we didn't get kicked out of Old Charlene. That's good. Meantime, while Jericho's secret of the Forum strives to hide. Yeah, let's share. Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah, we did 2 different halves. Uh-oh. This is a more intense part, I'm guessing.
Your time in Safnir has certainly been eventful.
Very eventful.
In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be up.
All right, yeah, we're gonna have to free
While
her.
I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our... Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will...
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, according to Orenvold and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse.
Lunar Ifrit,
What does it tell us that the spies even have? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal. Thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the out. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. A spire thus conjured must meet...
Accord or fly. Yeah. Let's do it.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working thing.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yoster. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Archosaurus by a considerable margin.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to heal now? Is that what we're wondering?
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
That is true.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sick.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out.
That's true.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient.
Oh, yeah, I know that place.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those...
Oh, good, good. Let's do it. Let's bring it about. Alright, let's head on out there. We're almost there. Looks like we're gonna meet up there before taking on this tower. What a ridiculously huge tower. Da, 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 da. Yeah, direct him towards it. Alright. Alright. Stand by the boat. I'm a little bit scared of that, but let's do it. Let's just stand by the boat, see what happens. This person's just fishing next to the dark tower, I guess. Why not? Look at that. What a dark tower. Future of Aetheryte Tablet. Yeah, stick to boats, exactly. I count a little late, but tied it mostly, alright. My friend Permuta, thank you for accepting the mission. Yes. Marshal. Very well done, yeah. And the dragon. Yep. And the great worm. Please accept my blessing. Oh. These blessings of life. Yeah. Break the monopoly on primals. Let's do this. I can't believe it. It's been like 8 hours with like no dungeons or, you know, trials. Split into 2 groups. That's interesting. Tend to the prisoners, yep. Entire world must prevail, yeah. Oh, the Tower of Zot. Okay. Alright, we got the Tower of Zot. So let's enter this Tower of Zot. It is a Endwalker dungeon. Interesting. So we will enter the Tower of Zot next time. We're going to take a little break here. So thank you so much for joining us. We deeply appreciate you being here. And we're excited to continue in Endwalker and get in the dark of the Tower of Zot, and try to free our friend trapped inside there. Take care, everyone.